Hello, YouTube and X. It's your main man, BTM here, bringing you back to the BTM Crypto News Network. So thanks for joining. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And hit your main man up with a super chat. What up, Yazim? Happy birthday, fam. Glad you made it. And happy birthday. What up? Trinity for life. What's going on with you, fam? But as always, let's get to the announcements here. But let's get to the announcements and the screen share. Appears something happening to the live stream. Here's something. I don't know what happened here. That's weird. See if the camera is on. Looks like the camera's here. There we go. So the camera's back. So what is going on with the screen share? Okay, there we go. It was weird. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we are starting to screen share. Got a bit of a cold. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs. So this is, of course, the sponsor. Shout out to Caleb and Brown. And it's your main man BTM here. So if you're looking to get into crypto, you can always use Caleb and Brown. Caleb Brown's a 24/7 crypto brokerage that actually give you your own broker that you can chop it up with and learn and understand crypto. And they give you 24/7 support. Someone's always there. It's actually a person. So if you have questions or not sure about something, they can help you out. Moving forward, let's see here. Close this out on the bubbles. So on the bubbles, what up, Silver Days? What's going on, fam? Luna's up 14.3. Prime is up 20.8. Putty Penguin's up 10.7. Piff's up 1.8. Pepe is up 4.5. Monero's up 3.2. Uniswap's up 5.2. Radian's up 3.4. Link is up 4.7. Osmosis is 3.7. Hash flow is up 3.6. Tau is up 2.3 on the day. Unchanged on the hour. For the week, it's up 7.6. For the month, it is up 20.2. For the year, it is, well, for the month, it's down 20.2. I'm tripping. For the year, it is down 49.7 at 301 and 96 cents. We got in around 225, 250. So definitely a good pickup, but continue to hold. FET's up 9.5. Litecoin is up 2.4 on the day, up 0.2 on the hour, up 3.7 for the week, up down 21.7 for the month, and down 22.2 on the year. Aster is up 3.2. And that movie is The House of Usher, not Astor. So don't go looking for that. For the hour, we're down 0.3. For the day, we're up 2.3. For the week, we're down 4.7. For the month, it's down 12.8, currently at 97 cents. AIOZ is up 22.7. Stronghold is up 1.6 on the day, 0.5 on the hour, down 16% on the week, down 9.3 on the month, and down 17.7 on the year. XLM is up 5.3 on the day, up 0.3 on the hour, down 1.1 on the week, down 10.7 on the month, down 38.3 on the year. AVAX up 6.7, Archam's up 4, Algorand's up 1.3, White's down 1.3, Stark is up 4.3, Filecoin is up 7.2, Gala is up 6.4. AIZBT is up 2.4. Cron's up 2.3. Cron is the crypto.com token. I'm gonna see. Yeah. Look how Virtuals got. That's what Virtuals is on here. Virtuals is up 1.5.1. Up 0.4 on the hour, down 4.7 on the week, down 39.4 on the month, and 43.2 on the year. AI Tech's up 4.9. XPR is up 4.3 on a day, down 0.3 on the hour, down 2.2 on the week, down 20.4 on the month, and up 153 on the year. Let's see. Athena's up 2.5 on the day. ArcBlock is up 2.1. Bitcoin is up 1.8 on the day, down 0.1 on the hour, up 0.8 on the week. For the month, it's down 11.3. And for the year, it is up 4.8. Currently, it is 92,629. So it's hanging in there, starting to push back up. CFX is up 4.8. Alchemy Pay is up 3.3. Zelle Cash is up 4.3 on the day, unchanged on the hour, up 33.8 on the week, down 29.5 on the month, and up 634 on the year. Wow. Ondo's up 3.5 on the day, unchanged on the hour, down 0.9 on the week, down 25.2 on the month, down 67.2 on the year at 50 cents. ICP is up 8.1. Near Protocol is up 3.8. Ethereum is up 5.9 on the day, unchanged on the hour, up 10.1 on the week, down 7% on the month, down 10.6 on the year. And we're back in the 3,319 range. Ethereum Classic is up 3.2. Bonk's up 4.9. Kronos is up 2.8. Solana is up 3.2 on the day to $135.90. Down 0.1 on the hour. Down 0.9 on the week. Down 15.8 on the month and 38.6 on the year. Looking for one more thing. Yeah, Caspa's down 4.6 on the day. And of course, the token we all know and love, the payroll processor of the future, now the privacy blockchain of the year, Zebec Network is up 5.6 on the day, up 0.6 on the hour, down or unchanged on the week. That's weird. Down 5.6 on the month and up 173% on the year. So it looks like things are back where we need them. Look at the holders real quick. So for the holders, 87,365 currently. Holder addresses for 4 hours we added 3, for 12 hours we added 24, for the day we added 45, 3 days we added 89, for the week we added 307 holders, for the 2 weeks we added 486, and for the month we added 1,691. So we're back on track with the adoption, and people are streaming on in. Scan says we have 89,372. So type a fire emoji in the chat if you think we're going to hit the 100,000 before the end of the year. So crypto market cap is 3.07 trillion, down 1.39%. Coin market cap 20 is 192.87, up 0.27. Fear and greed is at 25, which is fear. So it's up from extreme fear. Altcoin season is 19. So I guess people are sliding slightly away from Bitcoin. And the average crypto RSI is 47.6. So I guess we will go over to X real quick. Wait a minute. Let me come back to CoinMarketCap real quick. Check this out before we go any further. CoinMarketCap has it 0029, up 4.5% in the last 24 hours. Market cap is 224.73 million, up 4.3. Just trying to get back to 400, 500 market cap. 24-hour trading volume is 8.5 million, up 22.5 in the 24-hour period. And currently, still certain supply is showing 26.6, and self-reporting supply is 95.8 billion. So just trying to figure out what this discrepancy is, but still no updates. So back over to the chat. Somehow Zebec's going to be called the scam years from now at 100 billion market cap and above. I hope not, Peter. Astra was named after the family who swapped opium for Chinese gold, silk, etc. That's why it's a DEX. Wants the new DEX to be called Yale or Harvard or Roosevelt or Forbes. Okay. Interesting. Let me see. Okay, I'll leave that open. So moving over back to X. On X, there 4 acquisitions all running on the Zebec rails. That's where I'm thinking the adoption is going to start rolling in. PayBridge, SPS, GateKnox, and Science Card strengthen Zebec's vision of an all-in-one payment ecosystem combining Web3 settlement rails with proven TradFi infrastructure. We're building a unified ecosystem around real-time finance by bringing the best TradFi onto our architecture, from payroll to compliance to global education, it's all happening here on Zebec. So keeping it moving. Make sure you sign up for the BTM Crypto News uh, network to stay current on news and events. Just trying to check something real quick. So back over to X. So this is a must read for your Zebec holders. Shout out to ZBCN man. Oh, wow. A Trader's Guild. How dare you slide into Zebec investors' DM spreading FUD? That would be bad. That would definitely be bad. About the very project you're shilling in spaces just a week ago, calling it the best opportunity of the cycle, the best opportunity this cycle. Um, now you're suddenly you've got red flags you can only whisper about in private discords. Really? What's really going on? If you actually believe what you're saying, post it publicly and let the timeline cook you like you deserve. We see you treating a real utility project with actual partnerships like it's some pump and dump meme coin you can raid whenever you're bored. I called your grift months ago, tell everyone exactly what you were doing and got doxxed, called a liar for speaking facts. Jokes on them. Truth aids like fine wine. The Zebec family doesn't need fake gurus who think they own the narrative. Take your Discord circus and stay gone. Stop BMing my people with your weak. I'm just trying to help routine. We're good over here. Zebec is king. So I wonder who you're talking about here. What's really going on? The Traders Guild teach trick script. Oh my God. A lot of info that will be offered to the community in late February due to many having their ZBEC locked up still. There's a white rabbit red peel Discord that gives all the information live at certain times. If you want to join, I can get the link for Discord. The leader of the guild, who remains unmentioned, was talking about getting the truth of Zebec and exposing its weakness, but wanted to wait until it pumped. Then he followed it up by saying that the only way Zebec would stay in Zebec was if he was essentially unfollowed you. I went along with the BS notion that you're toxic, merely knew who he was then. A couple days later, you launched a Discord. I'm glad I picked up the right side. Sorry you're going through the S man. Kind of interesting, but definitely this guy's on the wrong side of the adoption here, right? If you're saying ZBIC is a scam, but notice most of the fodder kind of disappeared, right? When things stable out, these guys kind of disappeared, right? Which makes sense because why would you keep fudding and the price is going, right? It's running and they're getting more partnerships, right? There is no way or there's no reason for you to FUD Zebec at this point, right? There's no notions, there's no bad press, there's no publicity. Things are on the up and up, and we can prove it. So if you don't think so, come on and join us. pop in one of the lives and we can let you know straight up, right? Why would you be flooding the project in the shadows, right? You know where you can find us, right? You know what where we are. So if you want to get on board, we're here, right? You can find me every day live streaming. If not, grab one of the videos. I mean, open to debate. If you're there and you're not scared, but if you're scared, say you're scared, right? Don't be scared. Zebec fam, this information we'll cover today will elevate Zebec to the next level. Zebec is doing what XRP and XLM promised, but better. The Zebec announcement. So we might check that video out. I don't know if we have it up already. I suspect we do. I thought I did. Caesar, Lee the Captain, Goldworth. So I guess we don't have it up. So I guess we'll check this out as well. What is this? We'll see what the trading sniper has to say at some point today. But going back over to X. This is Mr. Foresight. ZBCN tokens more essential than XRP. Discover the rarity of the Zebec token and the Zebec Network full episode available. Visit Grow Rich and Grow Happy and check out the wealth, my book, Overcoming Self or Crypto Wealth. So let's see what he's talking about real quick.
In this episode, I aim to show you guys extremely easy. This is easy. Just how rare ZBCN tokens are, as in their relationship to Zebec Network. And dare I say that they're actually more necessary to Zebec Network than XRP is to Ripple. Now, that's not to say that XRP is trash or anything like that. I hold a lot of XRP, but facts is facts, which I believe makes this asset class of ZBCN just that more rare, but something that everyone should hold in their portfolio, whether you like them or not. And in this episode, I'm going to show you that.
So that was interesting. Quick video there. This is Boozilla, CKJ Crypto News. Open the phone, and what do I see? Zebec about to change lives globally. Mr. Zebec was up 8.6%. Zebec is a network Solana base that facilitates movement of real world value and offers integrated products such as real-time payroll apps, on-chain payment infrastructure, and network DPN. Allows for seamless communication and transactions across multiple platforms. ZBCN serves as a governance and utility token of the Zebec network, and its holders have the voting. Okay. So this is Crypto God, and there is a Spaces with Privy and Stripe Friday. Friday's the 12th, I think. Zebec Spaces building compliance. It's building ALM compliance payment infrastructure. Definitely need to check that out. So make sure you guys go ahead and set that reminder for Friday. I was trying to actually upload or share this announcement. Make sure you guys go ahead and sign up for the Spaces on Friday. Completely didn't even see that, boy. Excuse me, do have this cold trying to get over. Um, this is the future of payroll and payments, crypto wealth, Zebec millionaire. Fam, now it's time to post tag every crypto influencer, cooperator, and business that needs a Zebec. Zebec partners line up quality, timing, and why it matters. When you zoom out, Zebec's partnership isn't just good. They are strategically timed and stacked in a way most no other emerging payment protocol can claim. Here's how I'd rate the entire setup. Quality of partners, 9.7 out of 10. I don't know why it's not a 10 out of 10, but 9.7 is still pretty good. Um, Net pay 170 billion US payment rails, Circle USDC powerhouse, global fintech integrations, Privy, BlackRock plus Stripes wallet onboarding backbone. I need to check Privy out. I've been looking at it and not checking. I need to go ahead and check these guys out at some point, especially if it is an easy to integrate wallet, so we can start using it and help getting the word out. How can we pay 300 plus payment channels, 170 countries? All Unity, EU compliant stablecoin bridge, Stellar, global cross-border settlement rails, and Uphold, major U.S. custody and fiat ramp. Additional partners confirmed: Visa, MasterCard, JP Morgan Chase, Plaid, Solana, Circle Dev, Stripe, the Dev Pay peers, or the Pay peers, Tether, PayPal, Sardine, Fireblocks headquarters, Coinbase Cloud, Binance, Mercury Bank, and Breck HR. Timing partnership 10 out of 10. And yeah, I mentioned that earlier or yesterday. Zebec's timing is perfect, right? They seem to be right on time with all their partnerships. Like these guys are hitting it right in stride every time. These guys can't fail with the way that they're dropping their project partnerships. This part nobody talks about enough. Zebec partnerships don't drop early. When they weren't ready, they dropped as each regulatory door opened. As stablecoins hit mass adoption, FedNow rollout for NetPay integration, USDC integration, expansion, Circle alignment, EU stablecoin framework with all unity, fintech wallet UK boom with privacy, Stripe launching crypto rails, Zebec appears in their ecosystem. Zebec timed its moves with micro tailwind, not against them. This is how companies hit escape velocities. Overall strategic positioning 8.7 out of 10. Zebec doesn't partner widely, they partnered up. Every integration moves them further from being seen as a crypto project and closer to being an actual payment infrastructure provider. That's the difference between a token that pumps and a protocol that survives decades. ZBCN 2025 to 2026 setup screams one thing: we're building for scale, compliance, and enterprise adoption. With Stripe plus Privy now in the picture, Zebec isn't asking for legitimacy anymore. They're being invited into the ecosystem that already moves millions. So shout out to Crypto Queen for that analysis. This is Captain Zach. Zebec plus CertK, the most battle-tested real-time payment rail in crypto, just got even stronger. For years, CertK has been locked with a Zebec 5 plus scope audits, latest in March 2024, zero critics left standing. Skynet security score 86.92, A plus plus rating, top 10 of all DeFi projects. Real time 24/7 on chain monitoring across Solana, multi chain SDKs, and streaming contracts. CertK Spotlight just dropped Zebec, the golden standard for secure value flow. This isn't just a one-time audit flex. This is an institutional grade continual security for the network that's already moving millions in real-time payments and settlements. While others are promising real-time use, Zebec is shipping in with CertK and riding the shotgun the entire way. Secure, audit, live, relentless. The future of money doesn't ask permission, it streams. So shout out to Captain Zach on that as well. And this is a quick video about the partnership with Stripe from, of course, Crypto Chrome. Let's see what Crypto Chrome's talking about.
Something just happened in the crypto industry, and almost nobody understands how big this actually is. And if you care about real Web3 adoption, this changes everything. A quiet partnership just dropped, one that connects crypto directly into one of the most powerful financial systems on Earth. Here's the moment everyone missed. Stripe just activated embedded wallet infrastructure through Privy, and Zebec Network is now plugging directly into those rails with real-time on-chain payroll, automated payouts, multi-chain wallets, seamless cross-border payments, all flowing into Stripe's global ecosystem. But here's the part that shocks people. This moment actually traces back to 2011, when Elon Musk quietly invested in Stripe before most people even knew what the company was. That early fintech bet just collided with Web3's future. Think about what this unlocks: streaming payroll, stablecoin settlements, debit cards, instant payments, crypto becoming invisible, powering everyday transactions without users even realizing blockchain is behind it. And this isn't speculation. Zebec Network already runs real-time payroll for companies today, and now it connects to Stripe's scale, infrastructure, and global merchant network. Crypto Chrome is researching this right now, because a shift like this doesn't happen often, and what it sets up for the future? We're only seeing the first move.
So shout out to Crypto Chrome. And this is the ZBCN man from earlier. This is another live like from Sam for the video. This is my main man, Black Rue is saying Sam liked his video on Zebec and Stripe. Mystery Crypto also connected ZBCN, and that is Sam, one of the founders of Zebec. So big shout out to Black Rue and that video update. Stripe's Tempo blockchain starts public test ads Kososhi, MasterCard, UBS, and other partners. Stripe Tempo blockchain test ads. So shout out to Crypto God. We'll come back and check that out. This is his game night with the Detroit basketball and the jerseys with the Uphold Zebec on it. Good morning, ZBCN. When a pirate starts his day with 0.99 silver mug glowing green, you already know the energy is different. The community isn't just waking up. They're charging up, forward, stronger, always on the grind. Let's make today legendary. So I think there's going to be something happening tomorrow with the Fed. I don't know. You guys think the Fed will cut the interest rates or not? Let me know in the comments with a star if you think they're gonna cut, and I don't know, sad face maybe. I don't know. If you think they're not gonna cut, put it in the chat. Let me know where you're at. This is they've been stacking their bags. They've been spreading FUD like their full-time job. They've been laughing in the replies, calling Zebec dead, scam, or worthless. Let them talk, let them manipulate, let them dump and suppress, let them think they're in control, let them think the chart bends to their bare post. They don't realize suppression has an expiration date. Uh, the exact second the rocket takes flight, the same price that's been pinned down becomes the springboard that launches us violently. The FUD accounts won't even have time to run to the bathroom before they ask their pants. They've been farming your doubt for months. Soon we'll farm their tears. Stay calm, stay stacked, stay in silent if you have to. The clock is ticking, it's inevitable. We're all making it together. I'll make the other side together. Hold for generational wealth, not financial advice, of course. What is this? Just track the top wallets, their shifts and accumulation zones. Who's behind them? I love what I see. Zebec will leave many in the dust of their disbelief. And you are right. Mark K. Thomas? I guess Mark K. Thomas? You're right. The wallets have been holding strong. So I don't know what people are talking about FUD. One thing I see is the suppression where things aren't moving. But that's probably natural in current crypto, right? You know how things go. Uh, that's weird. I'm starting to see posts of doubt. This is when people start saying it's not going to happen. Things are changing in the market. People start to pull out. I've always left and suffered the consequences. Not this time. I won't break. I will buy it to 2027 if I have to. Zebec to $1. Let's go, George. Which of the altcoins would you lock in 2027? And we're definitely going with the VPNs. Zebec, Zcash, I guess Ondo and Algorand, AI, definitely Bittenzer, and I got this cubic that's stuck on Trade Ogre and layer one, definitely that Caspa, that KAS. The Traders Guild challenged anyone who believes the following claims to publicly record a live debate in Spaces Thursday, 6 p.m. Claim one, the Traders Guild has members that spam people or trying to scam people. Claim two, the Traders Guild have members that are spreading incorrect information about Zebec. Oh, snaps, bro. Oh, snaps, bro. I think we're circling on this one, bro. The accusations are utterly baseless and devoid of any shred of evidence. Refusal to accept this public debate challenge will be understood by all fair-minded observers as implicit reaction to those who are recklessly spread them. Patriot Party of Zebec Man Fire Team and 12 houses will be there. It's going to be interesting. They too have asking Elon Musk to publicly acknowledge working with Zebec, or maybe just give them a shout out for any of their recent accomplishments. Your move, Elon. So things are going crazy over here. So this is strike backed blockchain. Tempo, Starge, Testnet, Kashi, MasterCard, UBS added as partners. I saved this for an additional video. It's actually pretty short. Is it short? I think it is, actually. See what he's saying real quick. Shout out to Crypto Gold. Tempo, built by Stripe and Hologram, has started testing payment-focused blockchain, has onboarded a slew of institutional partners. Stripe and Paragram Tempo launch its public testnet. Cash, Klarna, MasterCard, and UBS are among the wave of new institutional partners now involved in the project. Tempo aims to offer low-cost, fast settlement infrastructure for global payments as stablecoin adoption accelerates. And there is no mention of Zebec here. So I guess we'll start with a video. Let's see what Cesar has to say. And let me know in the comments what you guys think. And I'll be right back. Get something to drink or tea or something, maybe.
And we are talking about Zebec today, ZBCN. It is the 9th day of December. We have 6 hours, 47 minutes left in this day with about 0.003 being the price. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And let's get into it, my friends. Here we are. Up 9% on the day. That's good to see. Completely opposite of the call that I was making, right? From a low here to a high, the expectation was that we'd go down to the golden ratio. And that wasn't a far stretch of the imagination at all. I mean, we were literally crowding the 0.5. We found resistance at the 382. I don't know why we're moving up. Probably because Bitcoin's moving up, the rest of the market's moving up, and Zebec is just bullish. There's not enough selling pressure to push you down here. So I was wrong, unfortunately. Or fortunately, maybe some of you were hoping that I'd be wrong, and well, your hopes came true because we are moving up right now. Ultimately, you guys all know, we all know that the ultimate path that Zebec is on is all the way up to this 3 cent to 4.5 cent area. You know, something up in here. That's what we're looking for. Something that is a direct replica of this move, but a little bigger. It's very common, and the theory that we have going right now is that we are in the middle of a 5-legged pattern, Elliott wave, impulsive wave count, right? From a low to a high here, that's wave 1. This is your wave 2. Wave 3 is going to happen. Wave 4, and then wave 5. We're going to be in the process. Can I do this? What is this? Oh, what? Now that's awesome. That's a new feature I have never used. I'm going to probably mess with that in some other videos. I didn't even know that was there. Wow. I feel so silly. There's probably so many people that know this. So silly. We can do so much work with this. Wow. Anyways, that'll make comparing things a lot better. Looking at this, it's kind of wonky, I know, but look up impulsive wave. Look up Elliott impulsive wave. It's a 5-legged pattern. Typically, in that phase, the third leg is the biggest leg, right? The third leg is the biggest leg. Typically. This was the first leg. Yeah, this was the first leg. If the third leg is going to be bigger, which I think it will, that should imply then that we see prices above 2 cents. Now, bigger can be this much bigger. It can be dramatically bigger. It depends. It could be way, way bigger. Who knows? But just something that's bigger than that. If we take a high to a low here, the expectation is that we probably don't stop in this zone or any zone below. So the next zone above would be about 3 cents. Typically with this 2272, with that fib level right there, you don't stop right at it. Typically you wick above it. So because of that, I feel like it's completely appropriate to identify the 4.5 to 3 cent area as a price prediction, right? Leg 3 will likely be bigger than this leg, so we likely don't stop here. So we likely go, because that leg is literally right there at the limits of this fib range. If we break that fib range, where's the next area? It's this 2272. If we wick above there, it's possible we could go to the 2618. This is a perfectly encapsulated area, 3 to 4.5 cents. That's inevitably where we're going. So again, even if we got it wrong on the expectations to the downside, we're still going to get it right overall as far as where this thing's going, right? That doesn't really matter. Right or wrong doesn't matter. It just matters if you're making money. And I'm pretty sure, I don't want to, I'm not trying to lie. If I'm lying, I'm sorry. But I want to say, and I make like 10 videos a day, so forgive me if I'm wrong. I want to say on my last Zebec video, even though we were calling for lower prices, we still said this was a good area to buy. I'm pretty sure I said that. If not, I've definitely said that at a few points within this area. So even being wrong, you can still make money as if you're DCAing, if you're taking appropriate steps to accumulate. It's probably not a good time to accumulate now, but let's look at the short-term stuff and see what we're doing. I mean, we probably do have a little pullback, consolidate, and then we move up. But, you know, in reference to that, what's the difference between buying right here or buying right here? Like, it's really not that big of a difference in the grand comparison to what we're going to do overall, right? It's a great time to buy. Let's look at the 1 hour time frame. We'll zoom out from there. 1 hour time frame. Of course, we're going to shift to the Bitget chart now. Good bit of volume at the top there. Yeah, you broke through that. Good bit of volume. You probably do pull back from here. I doubt that you pull back all the way down here. You might find support right there at 00296. Maybe you find support just barely below where you are now. RSI looks good, looks very good actually. The stochastics look nice as well. The fact that you rejected that oversold zone, I think, is what set you up for this. Coming out of the overbought zone now with the stochastics. So yeah, I think you do consolidate here for a little bit. MACD looks great too. I don't think this is the end of this move, but I do think that you consolidate probably for the rest of the day. I mean, I wouldn't expect too much more movement by the end of the day. 2 hours, 43 minutes left in this 4 hour candle. Pretty massive wick to the upside so far. What's Bitcoin doing? Not so much the same. And a little pump here and there, but yeah. I mean, you're overbought. The last few times that you've been here in the overbought zone, you have found resistance. They have marked relative highs. I don't, you know, unlike this part here, I don't think that we're going to see a drop like this or a drop like this, but maybe some consolidation, right? The thought in my head here is, here we are. We have 2 hours, 42 minutes left in this 4 hour candle. A lot can happen. We moved up, we came back down, we can move back up again. So a lot can happen, but here we are. Here's my thoughts. The last 1, 2, 3 times that we've hit this line or higher have been relative high points for Zebec, okay? Every single time, this was your drop. This was your drop. This was your drop, right? The smallest one, even the smallest one from here would likely implicate that we go below these levels. So what we're looking for is something different, okay? And something different, I think, ideally would come not in the form of a drop, but in the form of consolidation. Imagine you find resistance at the same level where every time before it brought you a move like this, but now you consolidate. Now, instead of moving down, you do something different, right? That would imply then that we're moving up higher. That might imply then that we are moving up to this 004 area and above, okay? And inevitably, that is kind of the next target zone that we're expecting is like 004 to 005, something around there, whenever we do make this move past these highs here. Looking at the 4 hour MACD, we are crossing above the zero, which is nice. It's actually really good to see. Typically, when you cross above the zero on the MACD, you see about a day and a half to 5 days worth of consolidation. It is Tuesday. We could consolidate here around this 0.003 area, little variances here and there for the next 3 days, 5 days until next week. It might just be until tomorrow and then we move up higher, but I do assume that we're going to consolidate and then we'll move up higher at some point. When we do move up higher, and let's actually look at the indicators first, bouncing off the 40, looking good on the daily. Good job. Beautiful. Okay, that's great. That's awesome. This little red day here, this pivot back down, I thought we were going to go. This got me, but we bounced right off it. That's awesome. Stochastics look good coming up. The MACD also doing good here, providing a false cross to the downside. It got me, man. It literally got me. I thought we were going to go down. I thought that was it. With the stochastics and the RSI, I thought that was it. But this day is exactly, yesterday and today together is exactly what you needed to invalidate the downside. It's perfect. It's genuinely perfect. The RSI, I'm excited for the days ahead. I'm excited for the weeks ahead specifically. But in the short term, we might pull back a little bit. Again, a little bit being the key word. When we do move higher, which that's the expectation from here, more or less, is that we will move higher. The thought that comes to my mind is that from here, we will likely move up to this 0.004. That's your 0.5 area. Because we've already found resistance at the 382. We'll probably break through it on the next attempt. Or up to your golden ratio entirely, which is anywhere from about 0.0046 to 0.005. So 0.005, 0.004, anything and everything in between. If you're asking me which way would I lean, right? If this is our box of glory and riches, this is our little glory box up here. Which part of this glory box are we going to hit? I would think that I mean, we're going to hit it all. We're going to fill up that glory box, but we are probably going to stop. If I had to guess, I would think that we would stop at the 0.5, find support at prior resistance, and then build from there. That's my guess. I could be wrong, in which case we just penetrate right through that box of glory and we go right to 0046 to 005, something in there. But that range overall is what's next to be anticipated. That doesn't mean that it happens tomorrow. That doesn't mean that it happens the next day, but it could. Probably sometime next week, but it could happen by the end of this week. It could happen by the end of not next week, but the following week. Soon enough, though. Very, very soon. I would be surprised if it's Christmas and we haven't at least interacted with something in this area, at least something above 0.004. Anyways, I've got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you.
So shout out to Caesar. And Caesar's thinking possibly before Christmas past the 004. And Zebec currently 0029. Let's look at the trader view. I haven't pulled up the trading view in a minute, but definitely could pass the 004 if it ever comes up. Let's see what we got here. Swap this over to ZBCN. Just wondering if anyone's staking. I was staking it. I took it out. I should have restaked it, but I didn't. But dang it, why is it always market cap? I did stake it. I staked it on the actual was that Zebec.io stake. So I might throw some more back in there. But I did stake it on the main page. 4-hour chart is showing RSI at 53.07. RSI base moving average is 51.05. And histogram showing the MACD is bullish, the blue over red on the 4-hour. We'll check the 15-minute. 15 minutes also showing blue over red. I can see. Is that blue? Trying to zoom in a little bit or zoom out. Not really showing us. There we go. Yeah, blue is over red, so it's a little bullish on 15-minute chart. 45-minute chart is showing bearish. The red is over the blue. We're losing volume on the 45-minute. There's a green candle here. Well, it looks like we're losing volume there as well. You can see the 005. 45-minute. We'll go over to the 2-hour. 2-hour is also showing bullish. Blues over the red. RSI is 53.05. RSI best moving average is 59.6. So let's go over. Let's go back to the video. Sorry about that. This is VLC Network, and this is the 2026 price prediction. Okay, let's see what he has to say here, and we'll be right back.
Channel. Now, in this video, I'm going to give you my 2026 price prediction. Now, there's a lot of talk about $1, $10, 50 cents, etc. But what I'm going to do is give you my prediction based on data, based on the analysis, and that's it. And of course, I will talk about if everything goes right, where we could see price go beyond this target. But this is my realistic price target. Now, before we move forward, I want to make it clear, nothing that you see in this video is financial advice. I am not a financial advisor, so always make sure to do your own independent research. With that being said, let's get straight into the video. Now, we have a few short-term targets for this month. For those of you that missed that recent video, I think that we could see price at least go back up to the top of its range around 0.0069468. It's about 130% from where we currently are now. If everything goes right to end the year, then we could see a 279 percentage point move, which would bring us to 0.0113997. Right? So those are the two targets for December. But the question is, where are the target for 2026? Now, I think there's several things that could occur going into 2026. Now, it all depends on the overall market conditions. Now, currently, Zebec is at a $225 million market cap. Now, Zebec, believe it or not, has had a great year. It's actually outperformed the majority of coins in the market. And for those of you that have maybe forgotten about this, Zebec is currently up 195% for the year, which is absolutely fantastic when you compare that to other coins in the market. At its peak was up 622%. Now, what happens for 2026? Now, I actually think we're going to see a similar scenario occur. Now, I believe we're going to see an aggressive altcoin season. That's just my prediction. Now, the question is, how long does that altcoin season last for? How long does the overall bullish momentum in the entire market last for? These are going to be factors that are obviously going to affect price action. Now, if we're going to be extraordinarily bullish to start off with, let's just assume, and again, we are going to be very, very bullish to start off with. Let's say we see the altcoin season that we've all been waiting for, and everything goes great, right? And we see price go, climb high. Let's just say from where we currently are now, price ends up hitting let's just say $8 billion market cap, right? Let's just say price goes all the way from 2 to around an $8 billion market cap, which is a 4,000% gain, a 40x from where we currently are now. So let's just say that happens. Price ends up hitting 12 cents. Fantastic. Great. We're starting to see signs of what we experienced in previous bull cycles with other projects and other gains. But as you all know, the market has changed. So to prepare for a 2021 bull cycle scenario or 2017 bull cycle scenario is actually in my opinion, not a great idea and ends up setting a lot of people up for failure. Because let's just say everything does go well to start the year. We see a fantastic Jan, fantastic Feb, fantastic March, maybe even a fantastic April, and we end up hitting this target. Well, we all know the market does not travel in the straight line. So although, yes, we could potentially end up hitting an $8 billion market cap, maybe even a $10 billion market cap. And for those of you that are new here and thinking, wow, this is exciting, but is this realistic? Sounds like a pipe dream. Just go back to not even 2017, 2021, and you look at the type of projects that ended up hitting 10, 20, $30 billion market cap, and you're going to be very, very surprised. So in fact, many of you that have experienced those recent cycles know that I'm actually downplaying this by quite a lot, right? But let's just say that does happen. But I just believe we're going to see a crash at some point. Now, when is that going to happen? We don't know. Well, we do have a rough idea based on our analysis. Again, and make sure you're all subscribed so you don't miss out on videos just like this. I gave out some free buy calls on Zebec a few days ago. If you missed it, it means you're not subscribed. So please, please, please subscribe. But I would urge you all to join my free Telegram group. The link is in my description. And this is where, I get into things behind the scenes. I talk about where the market is heading overall and just more in-depth stuff in my inner circle. So if you want to be a part of that, join my free Telegram group now. The link is in my description. Now, with all that being said, let's just assume we do see that sell-off, that market crash at some point. Well, from this point, we could see price sell off by, over 60%. In fact, price could sell off by over 70%. But let's just assume, it does remain stable, kind of like, let's just be, again, past performance is no indicator of future success, but from its highs in June 2025, Zebec has sold off again 58%. So it's holding up quite well. Let's just see, we see that 50% scenario once again. Where do we end up? We end up around 0.06222405, and we can end up ending the year at that level, right? And from where we currently are now, it's about 20x. That brings us to a $4 billion market cap. And to be honest with you, look, as Zebec does catch traction, as Zebec does build momentum, I do think, yes, it will enter the $1 billion market cap realm, but I think it will happen gradually. I think it will be, something that will be a process, kind of like XRP. Yes, we're going to have that fantastic run, but then we will eventually see that sell off, and then price will gradually go back up, find a baseline, and then range from here, kind of like what it's doing now. So a $4 billion market cap, I think, to end 2026 is absolutely fantastic, in my opinion, especially for those of us that are in this project now, especially for those of us that have been buying since the start of the year, especially those of us that have been buying from the April lows. Again, I gave out free buy calls at the July lows and more, right? So if you're watching this right now, ultimately you are the biggest winners, and here's the reason why. If price ends the year around that 600% mark, for those of you that bought at the start of the year, or ends at the top of its range, well, guess what ends up happening? Those people in 2026 are looking at a 745 percentage point gain. Still great, but again, it's not a 20x. And if we see the very bull case scenario to end the year, well, guess what happens? They end up making 465 percentage point gains, right? And you can see here how things change. And that's why I've been getting myself positioned in Zebec at these areas, because even if we do hit that baseline target, then we are looking at a fantastic 2026, especially for those of us that are in this project now. Again, if you have been buying since the start of the year, do you know what this means? It means you end up making absolutely insane, close to a 80x, which is absolutely insane when you think about it. So, and that is my baseline. If we do surpass $8 to $10 billion market cap, let's just say we see a bull cycle or bullish momentum throughout the entire year, we could be potentially looking at those kind of numbers. And I'm actually going to do a part 2 to this, where I am going to talk about the very, very bull case scenario if every single thing goes right and we end 2026 bullish, where we could end up. And again, this would be Bitcoin surpassing 300,000 and more. We are going to talk about that scenario. So make sure you stay locked in, make sure you're subscribed, make sure you're part of my Telegram group, link in my description, because we have some incredible Zebec updates for you guys. But that's it for now, guys. Until the next update, seize the day.
So shout out to VLC Crypto. I'm gonna keep it moving.
Hey everyone.
To the next video. Let me see anything, but this is ZBCN adoption's gone parabolic. Let's see what Gold Rush Crypto Daily
Quietly
has to
handed
say.
crypto the keys to process trillions in real-time payments, and Zebec Network is sitting right in the middle of it all,
Ladies and gentlemen,
already processing over $41 million in streaming payroll. This isn't speculation, it's happening right now. What's up, everyone? It's Gold Rush here, and welcome back to space that could reshape how crypto integrates with traditional finance. If this sounds interesting, smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. Let's start with this massive partnership news coming from the Zebec Network team. According to their announcement, Zebec just integrated Privy Wallet infrastructure directly into their payroll super app. Now, for those who don't know, Privy was acquired by Stripe back in June, which means Stripe is literally embedding crypto wallets into one of the biggest payment processors on the planet. Here's why this matters. Privy brings best-in-class embedded wallets, effortless external wallet connections, and native multi-chain support across Solana, Ethereum, Base, and other major blockchains. But the real kicker, and I mean the real game changer, is that this creates a completely unified experience for every single user. You're talking about bridging the gap between crypto and traditional finance at the infrastructure level. In Phase 2, Zebec is planning to expand even further within the Stripe network for stablecoin payments and cross-border payouts. Think about what that means. Stripe processed approximately $1.4 trillion in total payment volume last year alone and supports merchants in over 40 countries globally. Now they're opening those rails to blockchain-based payments. That's institutional-grade infrastructure meeting crypto adoption at scale. But wait, there's more context here that's absolutely crucial. Over on the Crypto Queens feed, shout out to CryptoQN007, they mapped out the entire payment moat that Zebec is building, and it's honestly mind-blowing. Zebec is now plugged into NatPay for $170 billion in US ACH and payroll rails. They're connected to Circle, which moves over $38 trillion in annual USDC volume. Uphold is providing crypto to fiat bridges and custody for over $100 million in Zebec tokens. Stellar is enabling cross-border payments with USDC, EURC, and PYUSD. Alchemy Pay is opening fiat on and off ramps across 170-plus countries. Alliance Unity Stable is offering real-time Euro payroll. And now, Stripe, the king of traditional payment processing, is integrated into the ecosystem. Let me break down the addressable market here because this is where it gets really interesting. In the United States alone, Zebec can realistically target $1 to $1.6 trillion in payment volume. That's 8 to 12% of total US digital payments available to them today. Globally, we're talking $2.4 to $3.9 trillion. That's 1.5 to 2.5% of worldwide digital payments. And get this, that's not potential someday. That's volume they can route through their system right now. Real-time streaming payments, payroll, card spend. Today, Zebec has already issued 65,000 plus cards. They've processed over $41 million in streamed payroll. They have 250 plus US enterprises already live on their network. They're not knocking on the door of traditional finance. They already have the keys and they're walking right through it. Now, if that wasn't enough, Adam from RWA XYZ just posted that Stripe is rolling out USD-settled stablecoin payments directly across Ethereum, Base, and Polygon. This is actually happening as we speak. The rollout started on December 12th. So what does this mean? Well, US businesses can now accept USDC on Ethereum, Solana, Polygon, Base, and also USDP and USDG on select chains. The payments, they automatically settle in US dollars in those existing merchant accounts. And get this, there are zero code changes required for anyone already using Stripe. Here's the transparency piece. Stripe is charging a 1.5% fee per transaction. Now, some of you watching might say that's expensive compared to direct on-chain alternatives where you might see like 0.5% or even lower. But compare that to credit card processing fees, which typically run between 2 and 3%. Suddenly, this becomes incredibly attractive for merchants who want to accept crypto but are used to traditional payment costs. The beauty here is that this removes friction. A merchant doesn't need to understand blockchain. They don't need to hold crypto. They just need to click accept stablecoin payments in their Stripe dashboard, and boom, they're processing payments on-chain while getting settled in the currency they actually operate in. This is mainstream adoption machinery firing on all cylinders. Now let's talk market reaction, because the charts are telling an interesting story. According to the CoinBubbles data from today, Zebec Network came in hot with a plus 4.31% jump, among the leading 24-hour gainers in the 101 to 200 market cap range. The broader market for mid-cap utility tokens is showing serious resilience and momentum today. What's important here is that Zebec isn't pumping on empty hype. This is pumping on real, announced partnerships with trillion-dollar companies. There's substance behind the move. The market is recognizing that Zebec has positioned itself at the intersection of crypto infrastructure and traditional finance, and that's an incredibly valuable place to be. So here's what we're really looking at. We're in the middle of a shift from will crypto integrate with traditional finance to how fast will crypto integrate with traditional finance. Stripe, one of the most respected payment processors in the world, is not experimenting anymore. They're building. They've acquired infrastructure companies. They're rolling out stablecoin payments. And they're partnering with projects like Zebec that are specifically designed to make payments work seamlessly across both worlds. So Zebec isn't just some speculative play on the idea that someday payments will work with blockchain. They're literally processing payroll across blockchain rails right now. They're issuing cards, they're acquiring customers, and they're generating transaction volume. Plus, they have partners that process multiple trillions of dollars annually. This is real infrastructure doing real work. For traders, this means we're potentially looking at a token that has multiple catalysts coming. The Stripe integration deepening phase 2, rollout expanding across borders, adoption of their cards accelerating, and more partnerships being announced. The market is starting to wake up to this. For developers and blockchain enthusiasts, this should really excite you because it proves that crypto isn't stuck in a sandbox. It's increasingly operating in the real financial system, processing real transactions, and solving real problems for real businesses. If you found this breakdown valuable, please hit that like button. It helps us reach more people in the crypto community. Subscribe if you haven't already. And hey, make sure notifications are turned on so you get alerted the moment we post new videos. Important disclaimer. Nothing I've discussed.
Shout out to Crypto Gold Rush and the Crypto Daily. Last video is what is Trading Sniper talk about. Zebec Network is doing what XRP and XLM promised, but better. Let me know in the comments. And do you think the price will pump tomorrow with the FOMC meeting? Put a fire emoji in the chat if you agree with that, or if you know where it's at. And after we finish this video, we're going to shut it down. So thanks for joining. And let's see what the trading sniper has to say.
Absolutely amazing. Something that we just have to cover now, okay? Because I think this is much, much bigger than people expect. This is much greater than people expect. So we're going to start breaking it down. Look, 4 acquisitions, all running on Zebec Rails. Paybridge, SPS, GateKnox, and Science Card strengthen Zebec's vision of an all-in-one payment ecosystem, combining Web3 settlement rails with proven TradeFi infrastructure. We are building a unified ecosystem around real-time finance by bringing the best of TradeFi onto our architecture, from payroll to compliance to global education. It's happening on Zebec. Okay, and we could see when we go over here, right, we have more information which we are going to be reading. From the beginning, Zebec has pursued a focused mission to become the one-stop provider of modern payment solutions for the global financial ecosystem. Strategic acquisitions have powered this vision, each adding a critical function for the Zebec suite. In 2025, the strategy advanced significantly with 2 major acquisitions that strengthened Zebec's ability to unify traditional finance with on-chain innovation. Zebec's acquisition thesis is rooted in synergy, the belief that combining complementary capabilities creates outsized impact. These acquisitions push Zebec closer to delivering a comprehensive, real-time payment stack built for the next generation of global finance. Paybridge and School Payroll Services, an industry first acquisition. Zebec's landmark acquisition of Paybridge in 2023 enabled the introduction of blockchain payroll for 300 million in annual payroll volume, brings credibility, scale, and deep industry integration to Zebec's ecosystem. Its infrastructure allows Zebec to modernize payroll operations for businesses across the United States. So, I mean, just these first few paragraphs, and we are cooking, right? We are cooking. We are cooking. The acquisition of payroll services, SPS, in 2024 further broadened Zebec's reach, creating a premier payroll solution for educators and administrators at more than 100 schools nationwide. Together, Paybridge and SPS Bridge established payroll operations with modern fintech capabilities, positioning Zebec at the forefront of real time programmable payroll innovation. Science Card, global expansion and university payments. The acquisition of Science Card marks Zebec's entry onto the global stage. Science Card is a UK-based university payments platform used by over 50,000 students across leading institutions, including Cambridge and Aston University. Its prepaid cards enable campus spending while supporting university research with every transaction. By joining the Zebec ecosystem, Science Card will introduce crypto-enabled cards powered by Zebec's on-chain infrastructure. This acquisition also further expands Zebec into tuition and education payments, reinforcing its mission to bring real-world utility to Web3 across payroll, deepen, and education. Science Card extends Zebec's reach geographically and deepens its focus across the education vertical, positioning the company for meaningful impact with younger generations. GateKnox, the compliance layer behind Zebec's future. Compliance is core to any scalable financial platform, and the acquisition of GateKnox reflects Zebec's commitment to building compliant enterprise grade infrastructure. GateKnox provides enterprise grade KYC, KYB, and AML solutions through a wallet aware API first architecture built for the Web3. Its technology enables exchanges, fintechs, and DAOs to onboard users in minutes while meeting stringent regulatory requirements. GateKnox was instrumental in helping Zebec achieve SOC2, MICA, and FCA compliance in record time. So we can see, right? Boom, very, very, very nice. And its expertise supported Zebec's push toward ISO 20022 compliance by the end of 2025. So listen, we are 344, right? We are 344 when it comes to reaching what we need to reach in terms of compliance. And now we are making a push for ISO 20022. Now, if you are listening to this information and you are on the fence, or you're not sure if Zebec is a real coin or crypto, because maybe, I don't know, maybe you listened to a wrong source, or maybe you just, heard some type of misinformation. I got to ask you right now, like, does this seem like a scam crypto? Genuine question. Because to me, this seems like the next thing coming up. This seems like the next XRP. That's what this seems. Okay. And it's all here, right? It's all written in paper, right? There's nothing anyone can say. There's all the proof and evidence for so many positive things about not crypto, I guess Zebec, right? And we can see the SOC2, the MICA, the FCA compliance, the fact that ISO 20022 compliance, to be completed by the end of 2025. You know, there's just a lot. There's just a lot on Zebec's resume, and maybe some people are just misinformed. I don't know. Soon, GateKnox compliance engine will form a foundational layer of the upcoming Zebec super app, enabling global real-time payments in a secure and regulated environment, a unified infrastructure for the future of finance. Each acquisition, payroll infrastructure, education payments, and compliance intelligence contributes a vital component to Zebec's evolving platform, but their true power lies in combination. Together, they form a unified end-to-end payment infrastructure designed for a world where money moves instantly and globally. Zebec is building the one-stop payment shop that will power the next era of financial innovation, uniting traditional systems and blockchain technology into a single seamless ecosystem. We've seen there's also more articles here, but yeah, man, this is huge. This is absolutely huge for Zebec. I don't think people realize how big this is. I'm actually gonna, quote retweet this after, and we can see, right? For four brands, one rail, Zebec is basically collecting infinity stones for real-time payments. Zebec making plays similar to Ripple slash XRP with the amount of major acquisitions. Let's effing go. So we can see, right? People are super, super happy. Someone just said when $1. Uh, and we can see now Zebec trying to become a global payment payroll system, crypto plus bank payment network, compliance ready financial platform, student and education payment system, right? So this is just put in simple terms what we just read. I mean, Zebec, I'm telling you guys, these guys, the things they accomplish. I told you, if a crypto had even 1/10 of this, it would be very, very impressive. And it just feels like every day or every other day, they come out with something. But we literally talked about Stripe yesterday, right? We did. Today we talk about this. I mean, it just feels like Christmas every single day with Zebec. Genuinely. Now, this is one of the last things I do want to mention, right? We can see another person that's technical analysis, also pretty much agrees with me, right? 2 monthly scenarios. Are we bullish enough? Now, we can see when you look at it, right? These candles are just drawn in. Well, we were talking about this, right? We either will get to something where we start breaking out sooner than later, or we're going to just flatten out a little bit and break out anyways, right? Either way, it is going to be inevitable. It is going to be inevitable for Zebec to demolish these markets. So, the choice is yours. You can either sit on the sidelines, you can watch everything unfold, you know, you can, make risks. You can do what you want, right? And then you are your own person. But the research, the evidence is in front of you. So, yeah, you got to make your own choice. That is it, though, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys did enjoy. You can see, like I said, the community is absolutely ecstatic about this information. And well, this guy, I don't know who this guy is. Is this wait, is this the hater guy? I don't know. Anyways, who cares? Who cares? I mean, some people just rage bait for fun. But anyways, that is it, though, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys did enjoy it, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.
All right, welcome back. Tech stocks back on top this week as investors look past the trade war.
So shout out to Trading Sniper for that video and all the information he gave us there at the end. Big shout out to my main man Yassine for his birthday. Happy birthday, fam. And as always, I don't want to hold you too long, but thanks for joining. And hopefully tomorrow we have some big news with the FOMC meeting. But as always, let's get back to the money, guys, and stay dangerous. Your main man BTM out. Miner out.